I'm here to tell you that you are not lost. You are on the edge of the biggest shift in your life. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, yes, we are going to talk about in today's video how literally your mind shapes reality, which goes beyond just manifestation. We can even link it to quantum physics if you want to. Obviously, manifestation is not completely scientifically proven, but there is some connection in there with the fact that whatever you focus upon, whatever you observe, does collapse a singular reality for you. And we could even say that even though there is a collective consciousness, so we experience things collectively, but actually it's almost like we are moving through reality in our own personal bubbles. And the reason why I'm making today's video is because I have noticed a general chaos in the collective. This is not to bring in any negativity or limiting belief, but actually we can say that everywhere in the world, there are a lot of people getting anxious. They're feeling lost. How do I know this? Is because I do readings every single day for you guys and for my clients through my website. We can talk about it in just a second. And I can see a theme. Also, I do collective readings on my other channel. And I saw a theme of a lot of people feeling lost at this moment, not knowing where they're going, not even knowing what to manifest or what could be good for them. And the outside world is not helping, but actually there is a lot of chaos, whether it comes in the form of conflicts, unfortunate conflicts, politics and crisis, economic downfalls of certain countries or on the edge of, and a lot of people are getting anxious and scared. And usually when those things happen in the world, because history is cyclical, then we also do feel lost in our personal lives. We feel we need to run somewhere. We need to, like I said, we don't know how to manifest. We don't know how to practically move forward in a world that looks unstable. So if you're resonating so far, this video is for you because you are not lost. You can be, because you have clicked on this video. So there is a reason people that will continue to feel lost, I hope not, but they wouldn't even click on this video. But if you have clicked on this video, it's because you have that level of self-awareness and that consciousness to see reality for what it is, to know that your thoughts are powerful and God lives in you, and you definitely want to take charge and control of your life in order to really feel good about it and to see that in reality, you're not lost, you're just transitioning. So if you're resonating with this introduction, hello everyone, my name is Naya, and on this channel, I talk about spirituality, my spiritual journey, what I can channel, and the practical advices that I can give you in order to navigate this life for the better and to manifest ultimately what you want into actuality in your own personal ways. If you guys want any help from me, finally I finished my website. So you can just go ahead and the link is down below. Go to nayavisions.com, and through my website you can book readings with me. You can book DM coaching, or even one-on-one readings plus a coaching through the link in the appointments. It even links you to my Etsy shop if you prefer Etsy as a form of payment or as a shop. So link it down below. And obviously, if you want extra videos from me every single week and a community where we support one another, my Patreon is an amazing community. All the links are down below. But now let's get started with today's video. So yesterday, like I said, I was reflecting on my personal experience. You guys know that everything that I teach on this channel comes from my personal experience, and it has evolved dramatically in the past year. And that's why I've always been so authentic. I try to quit this channel, then I just post only when I'm inspired. And it's just like kind of created a life of its own at the moment. By the way, you asked me for the affirmation videos. They're coming. Don't worry about it. So I was reflecting about the past year, 2025, and how chaotic it has been in my personal life, as well as I was reflecting on the collective. Everywhere around the world, there have been so many horrific things that we have to witness, so many political instabilities, which Vadim Zeland would say they're pendulums, or in esotericism would say they're egregores that pull us in one direction or the other. And I really felt through my clients, as I said before, that a lot of people feel lost. They don't don't even know what to manifest. Many people have gotten disappointed by the law of assumption and law of attraction. It didn't work out for them. And I know that it's not the case for everyone. A lot of people that follow me, manifestation has worked. But guys, we have to acknowledge, even people, that manifestation in the way that has been taught, even by me so far, didn't work. And it wasn't the best thing for them. I acknowledge those experiences and I respect them. And that's why I changed the way I'm teaching right now, because I want to make you find the best way for you, whether this is about manifesting or whether this is just about having a healthier approach and a better life. It doesn't matter how you want to call it, but I feel that all of us, we just want to achieve what is meant for us. We want to feel divinely inspired and aligned. We want to be ourselves and be authentic and just live a healthy life. That's, I think, what the majority of people want to experience. They want to experience to be loved and appreciated for what they are and follow their own passion. And this, whether you want to call it manifestation or divine alignment, is just what we naturally are drawn to, because that's what our spirit is drawn to. That's the God that lives in us. However, this following our spirit and following our best path, or however you want to call it, might feel hard, especially if you are alone, you live on your own, or you don't have a lot of family support, so you have troubled relationships, you just left important relationships in your life, your friends are shifting. It can be hard sometimes to do this on our own. And especially in a story period like the one that we're living right now, regardless of where you live in the world, you might feel that the collective energy is making you feel lost. You feel like the countries, they don't have it all figured out. Politics, like I said, keeps shifting and they pull you back and forth. Social media might give you anxiety through the forms of short content. So what can you do practically to go back on track? Not only start manifesting again what you want in your reality, but feeling a sense of effortlessness and peace and light and divinity within yourself. The way I figured this out is by these 3 practical steps. Step number 1, limit the amount of time that you spend on social media. I know, please follow to the end. I have other stuff to talk to, but this is so important, at least right now. I want to be very practical with you guys. Social media, it's not anymore how it used to be back in 2012, back in 2018. There is a lot of great things even today on social media, loads of amazing content creators, even in the spiritual community. There just are, period. These people will always be around. However, in this historical moment, there is a lot of fear-mongering content. The algorithms have changed. A lot of emphasis on short-term dopamine hits and short format content. I don't think that will help you out in any way regulating your nervous system. And when you do not have a regulated nervous system, your thoughts and your feelings might be all over the place. The cortisol spikes really high, and you end up manifesting scattered experience, if you want to, a scattered sense of focus, and then obviously you might feel lost. So the first thing is to understand that manifestation and connection with divinity happens in the present moment. Sometimes we're so stuck into the beliefs and what has happened in the past, and we keep reliving those experiences, even subconsciously, in our head over and over again. And then we focus on the anxiety of the collective, and many empaths feel it too. So we want to get back control. And the way we get back control of our mind is by using these tools and not let them using us. So limit the amount of time that you spend on social media and really cultivate a hobby, a book, positive content, or even just very practically when you're scrolling or when you're doing anything like that, you can say, I'm not interested in this content, in any content that brings you anxiety. You're just going to click, I'm not interested in the content, and you focus on all those content that you really like. In this way, the algorithm, you're training basically the algorithm to show you positive content. I know this sounds so banal and so easy, but how many of us are actually doing it? And it is important. So that's step number 1, to regain control. Step number 2 is to understand that history goes in cycle. Human beings have been where we are now in different ways other times. There are always moments of great shifts. This is a great one that we are experiencing. There are always moments of chaos, so where people usually tend to get divided and polarized. And either you can be the person that is in the midst of the chaos and gets lost, or you can be like one of the people that really took these experiences and said, no, I'm in control of my reality. I can do this and I can make this world into a better place. So step number 2, choose to be the person that sees in the chaos an opportunity to bring forth the light, because you have that level of self-awareness and consciousness, rather than seeing this as we're all lost. Because, and the way I was reflecting on this, and then we're going to step number 3, which is my favorite, and we talk about quantum physics and all of that. The way I see it is sometimes it's difficult, right, to find the strength just on our own. The best way that I do this to find strength back and clarity, it's not only through prayers, of course. I got my tarot, I got my stuff, I got my way of connecting, which you could do. You could pray, you can do all of the spiritual things, including meditation. But sorry, my dog. But I'm a Taurus. I'm very, very practical. And I need to see things like tangible experiences, if it makes any sense. So the way I do it, I look into the patterns of history, because seriously, history repeats itself. We all live patterns, whether it is individual or it is collective. And I look into the patterns and I ask myself, when human beings have been in similar, not the same, it's never going to be the same, but similar positions, new technologies, political shifts, etc., uncertainty, division. When did this happen? What are the areas? And what happened historically to people? And especially, what are the people that didn't give in to the chaos? What are their lives? What are their example? What they've done? And I want to bring you some example of this, because it shows you not only that history repeats itself up to a certain extent, there are certain patterns, but how can you become like the people that didn't get lost? And in this way, you can realize that if they could have done it, you could do it. You can do it too, in a great way or in a small way. It doesn't matter, but you can do it too. And the reason why these people succeeded is because they decided that their thoughts, their mindset, the state of consciousness, because it all starts from here, creates their reality. And it affects, as a ripple effect, everyone else around them. You can be the light for other people. You really can, whether it is in a big way or in a small way. And I want to bring you some example, because like I said, I like to be practical. So some of the example, let's talk about great periods in history that were very difficult for human beings. So think about the 30s. Where there was the Great Depression. People were, I'm reading my notes, so I'm so sorry. People were not finding jobs. There was so much fear. And there was fear, as usually in this period, that the world was going to end. And that is the truth. The world, even nowadays, is ending in the ways that we knew before. It always happens. We also end chapters of our own lives. This is normal. Everything in the universe, within the universe, always moves. Nothing stays stagnant. It cannot. So what happened? What happened in this period in the 30s? Who really made this period of Great Depression, that's how it's called, a great opportunity? We see somebody, whether you like Disney or not right now, it doesn't matter. This is just a story of the individual, whether you don't even like the individual, but you have to recognize what they have done in that period, because that's an objective fact, not just an opinion on whether you like that person or not. But Walt Disney, in the period of Great Depression, created Mickey Mouse with another illustrator, and then created Snow White. And that he almost went bankrupt. And what that did, it created hope. It created the power of children and imagination back into the world. And it might seem very small or trivial at this time, because it was a long time ago, but for that time, creating a movie like Snow White and bringing back the power of imagination and beauty that changed thousands of people's lives and their sense of hope and beauty, that was important. And it all happened in a moment of depression and chaos, in a period of misery. Another one was Amelia Earhart, where in a world of fear and restriction, she became the first woman that fought the Atlantic on her own, bringing the message that women in a period in the 30s where women just were basically moms, and not that there's anything wrong, or wives, which is not just, it's a big job. We all know that. I am a mother, so I know that. But it gave that sense that women were just more than that. And that for the time was incredibly important. Now let's look at the Second World War, a period of absolute uncertainty. Like, you guys sometimes get afraid about Third World War because of nuclear weapons and all of that. Imagine back in the day, anyway, for the regular citizen of the world, they were at war. People were actually dying. Absolutely uncertainty. They felt like the world was going to end. The people, like I said, they were in despair. Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist that survived the Second World War and created logotherapia, which is basically a therapy to retrain the vocal cords and languages. I have done that when I did my operation to the vocal cords, and it changed people's lives in a moment of great chaos. We can even mention Coco Chanel. She gave a different beauty to women at that time. And she was the symbol of a new generation and a new expression of women, bringing beauty back into the world. And this is just like a couple of examples. Then let's look at another period in history. We can look at the crisis and the inflations of the 70s. The 70s were actually like a huge era where loads of things has happened in terms of the transitioning chaos. And I mean, there are so many characters in the 70s, including the music one, but the one that I want to talk about are Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, which in 1976, they have created Apple. Like, they have created the world of today, which back then, from a garage, it looked impossible, but it happened, and they changed the way the world functioned forever through the iPhone, the iPad. They made accessible technology in ways that transformed the world in a period of great chaos. Whether you like Steve Jobs or not, Apple products, it doesn't matter right now, but you have to objectively see that these people brought light. They changed the world in positive way. If I'm doing this video today and you're watching this video from your phone, is because also Steve Jobs and the creation of the Apple products and everything else that came with it. Another one was David Bowie. David Bowie incarnated a different way of doing art, or presenting music beyond just being a musician. It gave voice to binary people even. It gave voice to being an alien, a completely different persona. And he brought light into a world of chaos and transition. And this is just like a minus. We could mention Ozzy Osbourne, we could mention Black Sabbath, we could mention so many artists during the 70s. And then we can see recently, 2022, what happened in a moment of crisis right now. Who are the people that reason to this? I apologize because I just noticed that the light. Okay. What happened? Well, we see so many people that in a moment of crisis, they created a YouTube channel. Maybe you are one of those who created a YouTube channel. We can talk about Jay Shetty, whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. He has given voice to so many people on his platform to bring light, to bring positivity, to bring different experience and perspective so people can resonate and see, wow, this person thinks that, then I'm not that different. And that is huge. That is important. content to resonate with other people's experience. So many tarot readers creating channel to channel spirit. So many people like Sammy Ingram or other content creator giving power and motivation. Aaron Dowdy, helping people to transform their lives. These teachings have evolved so greatly. I've been recently to his experience, and I was so in awe to everything that he has built and all that he has gone through as a teacher himself. So all of these people right now could be just feeling the chaos and not doing anything about it, and feeling also that they're lost. Because remember, whether we are talking about Steve Jobs, whether we are talking about Walt Disney, but whether we are talking about the thousands of creators online on YouTube, we are all humans. We all go through the same feelings that you guys do. And we all also feel lost. We also all feel, am I saying the right thing? What am I going to do now? And we make the conscious decision to follow God in whether you want to call it God, universe, or it doesn't matter. We all decide to follow the light of our soul, and to bring beauty in whatever personal ways back into the world. That is what is powerful. And that is a testimony that no matter how many crises the world has to experience, you are never lost. You have the light of spirit inside of you. And that's all you should focus on. Step number 3, your mind is your greatest asset, your consciousness. You are an infinite spirit having a living experience, a finite experience. Your world creates your life. Now, I'm a huge believer that we need to be aligned, and there is a divine path for everybody, but today I'm not going to talk about this. I talked already in my last videos. You can watch them. I'm going to put them over here. I don't care whatever you believe. I don't care the way you want to manifest. I don't care if you want to follow all of assumption, robotic affirming. I don't care. I feel you should do what feels good for you, and truly, there are no rules. What I want you to understand and focus on, besides the argument of who is the best manifestation coach, what is the best way to do it, manifestation doesn't work, I don't want you to focus on that. I want you to focus that we are indeed vibration, you guys, and our vibrations come from our thoughts. And I want you to practically test this, but not just by manifesting. Don't do that. I want you to experience this, because your experience is your greatest guru. I want you to go out today and walk the street and think certain thoughts. Think negative thoughts. Just try it. Trust me. Test it, because that is going to make you powerful. Test and say, my life is horrible. The world is in chaos. Go with those negative thoughts for like a 5-minute walk. I know it sounds a little bit, why would I do that? Test it. Do it. See how people respond to you. Look at people if you want, maybe not staring at them, but see what happens. See what happens. And then do the opposite. Walk down the street, even 5 minutes later, think different thoughts. I'm confident. I'm beautiful. The world is a good place. There is light everywhere. And even when people feel lost, I can bring back the light. God is with me. There is no obstacle in divine mind. Therefore, I am not limited. Go there and see what happens into your world. If you can just do this test, this practical step number 3, you will remember in moments where you're lost that you're never lost. You will remember that you are powerful and your thoughts create your reality. I just want you to do that, because once you remember that, everything else comes. The technique, the divine inspiration, or whatever it is that you want to manifest, the motivation, it all comes back. But it's just about taking that step to practically remind yourself that you're never lost, and you are in control, and your spirit is always with you, and you're loved, and your thoughts create. That's it. That's all it takes. So I really hope that this video makes some sense. I'm not sure how I'm going to entitle it, but I don't know why, but when I make my own self-reflection, now I'm inspired to make videos because I want to share it. So I hope it makes sense. Let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, you can head on my beautiful website, just take a look. I also offer a free meditation that you guys can, just by subscribing to my mailing list. Don't worry, I don't spam the mail. I send one email maybe a month, but you can get it straight away if you subscribe to the newsletter with all the news and discounts. Also, the free meditation is on my website. You scroll down, subscribe, that's it. And then if you want extra videos from me, obviously I will be more than happy to see you in my Patreon community. I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon also on my tarot channel for channeling and more messages. I love you. Bye.